Albion Online just released their dev talk, and they're going to talk about the new features that I'm really excited about. And we're going to share more details of some leaks and potential details about this new thing that they're going to introduce.
Hello and welcome to another Albion Online Dev Talk. We've been very busy here at Sandbox Interactive, and so have you. A great many new and old players have joined the launch of Albion East and pushed Albion to new levels of popularity. Welcome and welcome back to all of you.
I actually wish they give us like the numbers for how many players actually are in the East server, like the official numbers compared to the West server.
And many thanks for a crazy and fun launch experience. It's so cool to see a new world rising, driven just by you, the players.
Look at all of those donkeys, bro. Look at all of those donkeys. Do you guys see your name here? Marites, we have a Marites over here.
Now that Albion East is successfully underway, it's time to talk about what's coming next for Albion Online. Well, first of all, the Rites of Spring will return to Albion soon. And since the event was very popular last year, it's returning mostly as you know it. Except this time around, our fluffy spring cottontail is accompanied by a bad-tempered buddy.
So that's the thing that they have talked about last week. Some of the Redditors have talked about there's going to be a new bunny in the game. Rumor has it it's going to be like Carolion related bunny. So we'll know more details in the coming weeks.
More on that soon. After the Rites of Spring, it'll be time for the yet-to-be-named Beyond the Veil content patch, which is currently finishing production and brings additional content and features for the Mists, some adjustments of the Roads of Avalon, and various usability improvements.
So this is very important because this is the recent patch. Those 3 items, Dungeons in the Mist, and some quality of life updates are in like the immediate future. That's a very important detail there.
The content patch and its key feature, the new Dungeons in the Mists, will be covered in detail.
That is very beautiful. The Dungeon in the Mist is going to be interesting to see, because will it be different from Solo Dungeon? Will it actually close? Since the Mist is only duo and solo, will it close after 90 seconds, similar to how Solo Dungeons work? But we'll see how it goes. Beautiful design, by the way.
Own dev talk. Beyond those, the team is already working on Albion's next major update and making plans for beyond that. Here, I want to give you some insight into what topics we're working on and how we're currently approaching the development process. Because Albion has become quite large and complex, we need a development strategy that allows us to maintain, improve, and revolutionize the game at the same time.
So this is a very small detail, very small detail here, but I feel like there is a change internally on how, with what Robin just said, the change internally and how they develop the game to make sure that it's like fast paced in a way and making sure that everyone is engaged. That is a very small detail internally, that the change that they're doing. And we may not actually see it being done because it's internal, but we are absolutely going to feel the effects of that.
Internally, we have 3 main development directions: better basics, continuous content, and fantastic features.
Did you notice BBCCFF?
A bit cheesy, I know, but they're easy to remember. Better basics means a part of our effort is always spent on improving the core functionality of the game, especially in places where it is most impactful. Currently in development in this category, we have improved marketplace functionality like a repair all and sell all function, along with better filtering and better handling of large-scale purchases and pickups.
Okay, so this is very exciting because one of the most tedious tasks in Albion Online, especially when you're doing PvP or even like just doing a lot of solo PvE, group PvE, is the amount of loot that you get. It's so difficult to sell because you're going to sell it one item at a time. And especially for PvPs in Corrupted Dungeons and Hellgates, what Robin just mentioned that is in development, is the ability to repair all and sell all in the marketplace. So you don't have to go to the repair station. I'm assuming you don't have to go to the repair station and then repair that, go to the marketplace, and then sell it one by one. We have talked about this like a couple of months ago, where they can just revamp or retool their loadouts. Loadouts actually just buy them all, right? Buy the individual stuff that you created for your loadouts automatically, and put it in your inventory or equip it for you without you actually going in one by one. So we already talked about a couple of months ago, they can use that same system to sell all. So hopefully this is that system.
We're also working on delivering a more stable loot experience, especially for high-value chests, by reworking how the black market distributes loot internally. And then...
So that is a very important point as well, a very interesting point. So they're going to rework the black market. We do not know how they're going to rework that and how that will affect the economy of the black market, but I feel like it will be significant to a point where higher value items are finally going to be more profitable in the black market.
We're working on fixing economic issues like the current stone market, reworking crafting capacity, and finding an improved role for the player islands in the current crafting economy. All in all...
And another, again, small details here. These are probably not going to be picked up by other YouTubers because they're not like big newsworthy stuff. But the crafting economy for guild islands, they said, I wonder how that will affect the current pricing for the city plots. Because right now, city plots, obviously, if you want to take full advantage of their resource return rate, you want to go to plots in the city. But sometimes they jack up the prices so high that it can sort of cripple some of newer players in terms of getting into crafting. So if they can make it more accessible for new players, especially those smaller guilds, to actually refine and craft in their islands, that would be great.
This category is packed with various improvements we're already working on. Our second development direction, continuous content, means we constantly want to spend some of our production effort on expanding what we already have in the game.
Please put more effort into continuous something. SBI is known for like implementing new stuff and then forgetting about it. So hopefully this specific category in their development plan sheds more light into just the obvious problems in like old content like Corrupted Dungeons, Hellgates, Avaroads, and all that, to make it more exciting. It doesn't need to be all new stuff all the time. You have to refine some of the things that you have already introduced in the past as well. And I really like this category.
The most impactful place to do this is adding new gear choices to the You Are What You Wear system. So
new gear choices, boys.
Will be on that. In this category, we of course have the Rites of Spring event and the Beyond the Veil content patch coming up, bringing new activities and new equipment items to the game.
New equipment items in the game, and we're going to talk about that later in this video. I'm so excited.
But we've also started to work full scale on Albion's next weapon line for the Hunter Tree.
The Hunter Tree. The Hunter Tree. Let's talk about this. I want to talk about this. If you go to your Destiny board, this is the Hunter Tree. There is going to be a new weapon line for this. So if you look at how this is shaped, all right, this is just all they're going to give us. A month ago, there was actually a leaked image of an item that circulated Discord and Reddit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. This was the leaked images right here. So this is a tier 7 main summoner staff prototype. There was an update back then, and when it released, this was one of the images that circulated around Discords, like different Discords, Reddits, and all that. This is a summoner staff. And if you look at this, the name of the skill, well, not really the name because it's in a different language, but it basically says summons an undead archer, max summons of 2, and a lifetime of 20. That's all the details that we have right now. So it says health needs to be read out in the future, damage per second needs to be read out in the future. So this can be the new line of items that they are talking about here, a necromancer type of item, which is going to be huge. It's going to bring out new type of gameplay in, I feel like, all types of content in Albion Online. Solo PvP, duo PvP, small scale, and ZVZ. We are going to find out. We're going to find out to see what this new freaking staff is going to look like and how it's going to function. But all signs point to necromancer staff. Hopefully. I'm still holding my breath for a true lightning staff, but it looks like it. If you look at it, it looks like a summoner staff. I don't know about you, but it does look like a summoner staff. That would be really good for the game. Yeah.
Finally, the fantastic features direction means we want to continue to bring you new features that expand the scope of Albion Online and try to offer you experiences you just cannot find in any other MMORPG.
That's so cool.
It's risky to talk about the features in this category because they're still constantly evolving and may not end up being in the game just how we imagined them, but I'd like to share 2 concepts we're currently working on.
I'm so excited for this.
The first is legendary weapons.
Legendary weapons
are regular weapons which become legendary through their use. After being awakened, these items can gain levels for completing challenges with them and can eventually reach legendary status, gaining unique traits and a unique name.
Unique traits and unique name. Remember when we talked about just a couple of weeks ago, what if Albion Online actually has a numbering system when you craft them? Remember that? Like, it's going to be BernStoneTV hashtag 0001 for like an item that I crafted for the very first time. This is like the number 1 item that I crafted. This is sort of like a variation of that, but through PvE or PvP. So what I'm really curious about here is, it says a unique weapon, but I'll let them finish because I want to get that detail first before I talk about my theory.
What makes a legendary item extra special is that instead of being destroyed on death, it has a chance to vanish and then being added to the legendary item loot pool.
Okay, so instead of being trash, there's a chance for it to vanish and be added to the legendary loot pool. What does that mean? Does that mean you have to use a very specific weapon, that one weapon or a one weapon type? Because I've been using a one-hand fire staff for the longest time. So do I have to use that same one-hand fire staff and not die with that fire staff? Literally that one fire staff. You cannot buy another one-hand fire staff. Will that turn into legendary? Or does that mean I can use like different one-hand fire staffs, and by leveling up my one-hand fire staff, make it so that everything that I hold as a one-hand fire staff is now legendary? Now, it makes more sense to have that one weapon only, and you cannot like level up by, oh, you died, I'm using this weapon, I'm going to level that up again, right? It's going to be like that one legendary item, that one single item. It's going to be so cool to actually loot that. And one more detail right here.
From the loot pool, it has a chance to drop as a regular loot drop, replacing an equivalent base item from the black market, and of course, still bearing the name of its creator.
Bearing the name of its creator, dude. This is what one of the things that we talked about. Make things collectibles. Make collectible items, or make those existing items be a collectible item for everyone. And like right now, signature moves, mounts crafted by streamers, they have some value, they have some demand because of their uniqueness. This is going to be so exciting, So exciting. Hopefully they implement this.
This allows you to truly leave a permanent mark on the world of Albion and to create a legendary item that becomes part of the game's history.
Exactly. The history is like the biggest part here.
The second concept in the fantastic features category we're very excited about are improvements we're making to the spell and ability system to better deal with walls and height differences. So why are we excited about that?
I like that. I so love that pause.
Walls and height differences. So why are we excited about that?
Why are we excited about that?
If we can better deal with walls and height differences, then we can build proper castles and siege battles and even consider player-built fortifications.
Player-built fortifications. That is so good. So they're talking about like height differences in Albion Online and how it affects the skills. This is, I feel like, going to be down the road, but I would love to see the legendary item first. Legendary weapon.
Wouldn't be excited about that. I hope you enjoyed this short overview of what's
This
going
is so
on
cool.
in the development of Albion Online, and are looking forward to the upcoming Rites of Spring, as well as the Beyond the Veil content patch. Come back for more dev talks covering these and Albion's next major update, coming soon.
Okay, the biggest takeaway that I have for that update is repair all and sell all in the marketplace, making it so much easier for everyone to just continue doing their content, like continue doing PvP content, PvE content without the problem of selling the loot one by one. You can just go to the market, go sell all and repair all at the same time, which I think is very cool. That's a great quality of life improvement in the game, and something that a lot of players have been asking for in the past. I'm kind of disappointed that there was no talk about corrupted dungeon maps, but that's okay. Another big takeaway for me is the direction. This is not going to be a headline in anything, but the development strategy, the change in their development strategies, giving us like better basics, continuous content, and fantastic features. Those are actually really good internally, and we are going to feel that change in the near future. Obviously, the biggest change or the biggest thing is the new weapon line. The new weapon line, which, again, all signs point to a summoner staff. This is one of the images that was leaked and was available in multiple Discord channels, which is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It is a summoner staff. Right now, the limited details that we have is that it summons undead archers, and they're going to attack, blah blah blah. All right, it's going to be very interesting to know like the new Q abilities, W abilities, and obviously a bunch of new E abilities and new artifacts as well. And that's it. I like the legendary item. The legendary item makes it so that you actually have a thing in the game that you can say like, that is mine. Like, I have that. I did that. I accomplished that. And the fact that there's a chance that it doesn't actually trash, it just goes to another loot tab, makes it so much more valuable. Because if someone, like, let's say I have a one-hand fire staff, a legendary one, I have a legendary item, you kill me in corrupted dungeon, it vanishes through this legendary loot table, and then someone else loot it from a legendary loot, you get it, and you'd be like, yo, this is like 1 of 1. This is literally 1 of 1, which is going to be very interesting. I'm very excited about this update. I watched this as soon as I woke up, and it got me really, truly excited about the future of Albion Online. And it's going to be fun. And it's going to be really fun.